Marcus Rashford is known for doing a lot of good things on the football pitch.
Hit it well! Oh, amazing! Oh, that's Ronaldo-esque!
And off them.
He received his MBE at Windsor Castle.
But driving isn't one of them.
This is the aftermath of a crash Marcus Rashford had as he was leaving the Man United training ground last night.
I get it. Marcus Rashford is a petrol head just like myself, and he likes expensive cars. But there's one car in particular that I was mainly interested in. His Rolls-Royce Wraith.
Mansory conversion on base of the Rolls-Royce Wraith. Whoever spec'd this car should win an award. I really like it.
This is one of the most expensive cars Rashford owns. He bought it for £700,000, and I've just bought it. Only issue is, it looked far from what it did when it was new. 56 seconds, I'm still winning. Anna's gonna kill me. This is the most expensive car I would have ever bought if I win this. Oh my god. 30 seconds, I'm still winning. 5, 4, 3, 2. I won it! Reserve met. Oh my god! I just won Rashford's old Rolls-Royce Wraith. Mansory edition as well. But as I mentioned, it looks far from this now. It looks more like this. But that's only part of the story. There's no way he's picking it up with a forklift. No way. Oh, it actually looks quite nice. I was expecting it to be worse. Oh my god. Oh, it's actually well nice.
That is sick.
Here it is. What once was a beautiful piece of British engineering. But now, far from it.
Look at the size of the key.
That is cool.
It's massive.
How's it looking back here?
It looks a bit like a banana.
Oh my, it does. You couldn't see that on the photo.
How many miles did it do?
1,000.
1,000?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No!
No, what? You joking? Oh, he's kept them, innit?
What's that?
He took the umbrella. He took the umbrella.
Oh, that's the biggest disaster.
I bet that umbrella's not cheap. Oh my. Matt, the suspension's a mess.
Let me see. Oh.
Oh, it's going up. The damage was way worse than I first thought.
Oh my, look at that.
Oh, this is bad.
Oh yeah.
This is bad.
It's like the M3 all over again.
Oh no. This is bad here.
Look at that.
I think we might be losing a few nights sleep over this one.
Oh, I'd agree, yeah.
This is the most expensive car I've ever bought. And when buying at an auction like this, you're buying blind. You can't go and see the car before. But that was the risk I was willing to take. This will probably be my only opportunity to ever own a Rolls-Royce like this. And seeing it being picked up by a forklift, it's quite unnerving.
Do you think we've bitten off too much now? More than we can chew?
No, I think we can do this. It's just going to be very expensive.
Yeah. Not out of my pocket today.
But there's no turning back now. I've got to do this.
We should strip this down.
I can't believe it's carbon fibre.
Carbon fibre bit's broke. Oh, perished.
Now there are going to be little ways we can save money when rebuilding this car, and we can find that out by checking the part numbers.
Oh, it's a BMW diffuser.
BMW? What the hell? As most of you guys might know, BMW owns Rolls-Royce, so a lot of the parts on this are from a BMW.
BMW.
It's so dirty. What is this as well? I don't...
Texture, man.
They painted it in.
That's cool.
That's painted. That's painted in. So what is Mansory? And why is it all so freaking expensive? Chorus Mansory started adding extras to his used cars he had for sale, then added a premium price to them. And they sold. Soon after, Mansory was founded, They made everything in-house, from alloy wheels, interior trimming, engine tuning and carbon fibre body kits. They work with all the top luxury brands like Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Ferrari and Lamborghini, some even noticing increase of sales because of Mansory. A regular Rolls-Royce can be completely customised for the buyer, making it a one-of-one car, separating it from the rest, which attracted many celebrities. And now somehow, I own one. Now, I've tried to get crash damaged Rolls Royces before, but it's virtually impossible in the UK because generally they tend to be category B'd, meaning that they can no longer be put back on the road. What Rolls Royce tend to do is if they can't repair it, then they don't want anyone else touching it, especially people like me. So how is it this time I've managed to get my hands on a wrecked Rolls Royce? And one this rare as well. This one hasn't got as far as the insurance, so it doesn't have a category on at all. Now, I've got two theories as to why this happened. If you're an insurance company and you've insured a £700,000 Rolls Royce and it's had an accident this bad, you're going to try and do your best not to pay out. I certainly wouldn't want to pay out. Also, how old's Rashford? 26. Who's insuring a 26-year-old on a £700,000 Rolls Royce? Please let me know. Now here's a recreation I made on what it would look like if an insurance assessor came out to inspect the damages after the accident to see whether they were going to pay out or not. Now, after I inspected here, you can see some residue on the screen. Sticky residue. And also some sticky residue on that screen. I have my suspicions that the windows on the front could have been window tinted, which is actually illegal in the UK. And if the insurance thought this to be true and thought it could be why the accident happened, then it could possibly cause them not to pay out for the car. Were the windows tinted that bad, and did he try to pull them off and get away with it? It's all speculation, but I will certainly not be paying out. Oh, the seal came off. Now, another theory which we've seen happen on my old Porsche GT3 is that when the insurance pay out such a high amount, it's then in their best interest to try and sell the car for as much as possible. And by not putting a category on it, it makes the car more valuable for people bidding on it at auction. But again, this is all speculation.
Just close that door.
Oh my God, there's no brakes.
Stop! That's glass going in the interior.
Do you know one thing that I can't work out? He plays for Man U, which is a red team, and the rival team is Man City, which is baby blue.
Yeah.
We outed Rashford there. Sorry, mate. The damage is, I'll be honest, it's worse than we originally thought. It didn't look that bad in the photos, but look, beggars can't be choosers. And let me just go through the damage of what we can see at the moment, and we think there's a lot more. Let's start at the front. The front grille's missing, the bumper's missing, a wing's missing, radiator's missing, arch line is broken, the suspension's perished, washer bottle's gone, rear quarter not savable, half a wheel, drive shaft's gone, rear arm's gone, lower wishbone's gone, suspension's gone, wiring's gone, brake line's gone.
Wouldn't it be easier to say the things that are good on it?
Yeah, probably actually. But that's probably right, because there was a lot of damage on this Rolls Royce, including structural, which I didn't account for. Not to mention, a lot of the parts which are damaged are Mansory, which are going to be extortionate. But one thing I wanted to check which wasn't damaged was the engine. Oh my God, okay, so battery's here. 100% it's going to have a pyro fuse, and it's going to be, well, you'd think it'd be in this thing, wouldn't you? What is this contraption? What is all of this? So if you've not watched one of my videos before, the pyro fuse is the fuse which breaks out when an airbag goes when you're in an accident, which cuts the power going directly to the engine from the battery, which no longer allows you to start it. The only way we can find out whether it's gone is to try and start it. So what my first step is going to be is just connect up the battery, then head in the car and check we've got power to everything. Oh, ignition comes on.
Oh, look at this. That looks like a BMW's interface.
That does look like a BMW. Right.
He looked in here.
I am going to press start, but I'm doubtful.
Come on, we've got faith.
Did that just crank?
I heard that, yeah.
That just cranked.
Yeah.
Go again, go again, go again.
Oh no.
I swear it just cranked.
That's not good, is it?
It cranked and then it didn't.
Yeah,
I
it
swear
just
it just
clicked.
cranked.
Oh dear.
So has the pyro fuse not gone, or have we just got low battery? If the starter motor cranked, then it means power's getting to it. And if power's getting to it, then it means the pyro fuse is all good. But I wanted to check, because if an airbag's blown, then the pyro fuse should have been blown. So I started to take it off now. Right. Money's on that's the pyro fuse. So a good news will be the pyro fuse is gone. Bad news, the pyro fuse hasn't gone. And there's something wrong with the engine and why it won't start. I'm going to pry this open.
I wouldn't.
Why?
I think it's alright.
Oh look, we can see, yeah. Look there, it's got a connection. We could see that the pyro fuse was okay. There wasn't any break in the connection. Oh no.
Don't break that. So we just got to get a good jump then.
We think maybe the starter motor wasn't getting enough power. We found more places under the bonnet to jump start the car, so we added the jumper pack to them, and then was gonna have another go again. There shouldn't be anything stopping us from starting this now, so I'm gonna try.
Ooh!
We had a crank.
Hold it in.
The starter motor did try to crank the engine, but it was almost like it was seized. Before this video we rang Rolls-Royce, and he said if there's any problem with the engine, this car is a write-off. The engines are so expensive. I could have swear on the auction listing it said runs.
And I'm sure that
It says starts.
starts, yeah.
It says starts. My next step was to get the code reader out to see if there was any fault codes on there. We're in. See what faults we got. Once I plugged into it, I could then talk to the car and see what the problems were. And I could see a low battery voltage. We've got 12 volts, which if it was anything like the McLaren, it needed like 13 to start. But other than that, all the faults that were appearing on the screen were all to do with the airbags and the parts which were missing off the car. Nothing too sinister. Can I clear these codes? And is that going to help us start it? Codes have been erased. So we just assumed that it just doesn't have enough power to start. So we got an even bigger jumper pack and gave it another go. But no luck. We resorted to YouTube to see if anybody else had the same problem. But then we remembered that not many people work on a Rolls-Royce. Sure, I think the auction place have
Scammed you.
yeah, there's no way they've started it because all they would do is attach a jumper pack and start it. There's no way they started it. The only person who would probably know if this thing starts is Rashford. Oh, okay, time to jack it up and see if the engine turns over by hand, because if it doesn't,
It's going back.
it's going.
Now the back isn't looking so good. Oh no.
Now we had the car in the air, we could go underneath it and try and get it turned over by hand. And if it does turn over by hand, we know the engine isn't seized. This is the bolt on the crankshaft we're trying to get to turn. Well, the good news is there's no oil under here. Oh my God. Look at this. The subframe has completely snapped. Oh, that arm has completely snapped. Yeah, this is the first time sitting underneath it. Oh, there's hoses which go to nowhere. But the good news is, my dad managed to turn over the engine, so we know it's not seized. Okay, so it is turned. It does turn, it's not seized. But it was still confusing us on why it wouldn't start. So we called someone who might know.
But there is a changeover relay for when they're charging, so if the relay's not set right, then you don't effectively get vehicle electric. So
Big shout out to Simon at McLaren. Relay in here, which if the battery voltage is low, won't give you any electronics inside the car, even if we put the jumper pack on it, unless this little thing here is an actual charger. You get a Rolls-Royce charger and you plug that into that, and that flips this kind of relay over to allow it to have voltage even though it hasn't. He told me to trick it put a magnet over it. So apparently by putting the magnet on it, electricity should be able to pass from the battery to the car. Magnets. Got 2. Oh, did you hear that? Listen, listen, listen. You can hear the relay clicking. The relay's just clicks over then.
This has to work.
That's so dumb. I don't even understand how that works.
Come on, Rolls Royce.
Come on! Come on!
We might need a bigger magnet.
I don't get it. We're still going with the theory that we didn't have enough power. So now we had 2 jumper packs at the back of the car and 1 at the front. I take no responsibility for any electrical fires now. Are you ready? But it still didn't work. We left the battery to charge overnight, come back when it was fully charged the next day and tried again.
It did a bit more than it did a bit more this time than last.
So my dad bought his Citroen with a diesel engine and we tried to jump start it with that.
Nothing.
Nothing. We wanted to see whether we could put power directly to the starter motor, but it was in such an obscure place we would never have got to it with the jump leads. We then went in the boot and checked all the fuses and they were all good. Something's stopping it. On the fault scanner, there was no faults related to any engine start problems. We had to go back and check even more wiring, but it was all good. And then I just called the auction place. But it said vehicle would start on the auction thing, and I didn't know whether we could speak to someone who managed to get it started. Like, we didn't know if there's a special way of getting it going, because we cannot get it started for the life of us.
Then get Stephen to give you a call back. He's probably the best person to talk to. Is that?
Yeah, that'll be fine. Whilst we waited for them to call us back, I checked the voltage after the pyro fuse, which was 12.9 volts, and before the pyro fuse at the battery, which was around 12.9 volts as well. So that was good.
If I get it to go, do I get to keep the car?
That's what Hannah said.
Yeah. I'm gonna rev the Citroen whilst he's doing it to give extra boost.
Extra boost. How much brake horsepower the Citroen's got?
I don't know. Too much for you.
Nothing.
No matter what we tried, it wouldn't work.
Oh, it's nearly mine.
But then for some reason, we were getting closer. Oh, come on, come on, come on.
It's so close.
I reckon this is going to do it. This is mine, this is mine, this is mine. I know what it is. I know what it is.
What is it?
I know what it is. It's the brake. It's the brake.
What do you mean?
It's the brake. I pressed so hard on the brake then and it nearly went. It is the brake pressure.
Go on then, slam it.
Look. Oh, maybe it won't. Wait. Can we have more brake pressure, please? Yes! Yes! This sounds sick! Yeah! Yes! It actually started and it sounded great. Sounds good.
Sounds unreal.
Of course, we had to test the Rolls Royce myth out on balancing a coin on the engine. And it actually worked. No way!
So good.
Oh, at least it runs. Now, I think the problem was caused with the brake pressure. You have to put your foot on the brake to start the car, but if the car doesn't have any brake pressure, then it won't start. The rear caliper had broken off, but we had mold gripped the line so we could still get brake pressure. But maybe it wasn't enough. But here you'll see why that maybe wasn't the case. Because it didn't go again.
Oh.
Well, we know it started once. Right, it's got a bit late in the evening and we've still not got it in. We need to get it in there and we need to go from here to there, but we have got rollers because everyone always says, oh, you should get them, but it doesn't really work when your wheel looks like that. We're going to try and put the pallet truck under it. Oh! Oh my!
Oh my god!
Oh, look, you broke the door! Oh, Chris!
That damaged the door!
Oh,
No, and this was all...
no, look at
oh
that.
my...
Look what it's done to the wing!
Oh my! Oh!
No. Now we had to get the rolls inside the unit. Our first step was removing all the broken suspension on the back left, including the disc and the handbrake, because the handbrake cable was the only thing holding the wheel hub to the car. Once that was removed, we put the trolleys underneath the Rolls Royce and started dragging it in. We actually had to use the Citroen again to pull it inside, and then we just had to improvise once we got in. This was a lot harder than it looked. Well, first thing I've noticed, something is just completely missing. All of the under trays, which are not going to be cheap, are they? Front subframe is completely gone. But look at this as well. Already, BMW, it's off. Everything is BMW, so we should be able to save a lot of money from the start. Oh my goodness, what is all this wiring for? Okay, interesting. Engine looks okay. No leaks.
Oh, that does not look good.
Oh no! Okay, yeah, exhaust is perished.
What it should look like.
I think it's a Mansory exhaust as well. Like, I think in this section there's supposed to be like a silencer or something, and with it being Mansory, that is. I dread to think how much this exhaust costs.
For the past
hour.
hour.
Wow! There is a huge hole in the fuel tank.
Is that why fuel? We could smell fuel.
Yeah, definitely. How did it even start with like no fuel? It must all be like collected down here.
That is nuts.
It is BMW, so like we could probably get a lot of this stuff from BMW. The thing I'm worried about is the actual chassis of the car. Like, this is a lot of damage for a 30-mile-an-hour crash. Look at that arm. That's supposed to look like that.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that is fully perished. Diff's gone. Rear subframe is all gone. Like, the whole subframe is gone. Like, there's no say. Oh, that's how we started, because there's like two tanks, or it might go small at the top and over there. One drive shaft's in here. Other drive shaft non-existent. The exhaust is not even connected.
Oh yeah, the drive shaft's supposed to be there.
Yeah, no, that's gone. This is the air tank for the. That doesn't look Rolls Royce either, does it? A zip tie. Strange. This is the air tank for all the air suspension, which I assume is also broken. Now the thing is, when I saw this car come up for auction, I didn't have much time to think or prepare. I didn't really look at how much the Mansory parts would cost before I bought it. But later, I'm gonna call them to find out. So what I've learnt about Mansory is that you buy the car new, you send it to Mansory, and then they modify it and add Mansory parts specific to that customer, and each one is authentic to that customer. So me getting the front grille for this is not going to be possible for me just going on eBay. And if I don't buy Mansory parts, the reason why this car is so expensive is because it's Mansory. So I think we have to replace it with Mansory stuff, depending on the value of it. But I need to explain why I paid so much for this car. Before I decided how much I was going to pay for this car, I checked it out on Car Vertical, and if you actually check here, everything is all clear. Like, there's no mileage fraud, there's no outstanding finance, and it's not recorded as damage, which is the biggie on this car. But the good thing, it will still show me the photos of the damage on Car Vertical, which is kind of bad for me, but it's good for a buyer because they can see it wasn't an accident, but it was unrecorded. It can still see all the photos of the damage there. But everything else seems all clear. I can see all the mileage records of 1,135 miles, but everything else is clear, which is why I paid £185,000 for this car. The most expensive car I've ever bought, and it is in this condition. Now before you think I'm going crazy, if you go on Auto Trader and look for a Rolls-Royce Wraith Black Badge, the newest you can find is a 2021, which is 2 years older, and they're still selling for over £220,000. But to top that, take a look at how much a Mansory one is selling for. €635,000. So I think providing we can get the parts, we could still be in the all clear with this build. But before we get onto that, if you wanted to check your car out with Car Vertical to see whether it is crash damage, any mileage fraud, any outstanding finance, you can do with the link in the description box below and use the code on screen now for 20% off. Trust me, it helps me so much when deciding how much to pay for these builds. Now we need to make a few phone calls. After I won this car, the auction place was contacted by Mansory to say whoever won this car, get in contact with them. I guess we'll just ring it and we'll take it from here. We're doing it as we go.
Hello.
Hello, it's Matt Armstrong calling. The salvage auction that I bought a Mansory Wraith from.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. We might need a bit of help. What is the deal with buying the like-for-like parts on it? How much are they going to cost? And can we just buy them to fit them ourselves? And like, where do we even go from there?
They're not stock parts, so they will need ordering. I reckon for 4 to 5 weeks, I reckon I can probably get you them. Yeah.
Do you know, like, in a generic ballpark figure, do you have, like, any... Because, like, we honestly have no idea what this, like, it's going to be. So, like, example...
Before you bid on the auction.
Yeah, I know.
Well, what I could do is I'll send you the price list.
Yeah.
So you can have a look at it. I'll be honest with you, the issue is with stuff with that car, like the forged carbon is extra. So I'm gonna have to, there's just nothing I can do around it really.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll catch you in a bit. Right, PDF incoming. I don't even know where to guess. Like, it ain't gonna be 20 quid, is it? Here it is. Here it is.
Get Hannah to reveal the price to you.
This is a huge moment because honestly, we didn't know what to expect with these Mansory prices.
Oh my god.
How much is what?
No, I was just looking at the little pieces.
How much is a wing?
You know, just the little like bit that goes around there. It's about that big.
That forged carbon fibre bit.
Yeah, £2,600. Euros.
That's £2,000.
And then this one.
And we can't get it anywhere else.
eBay.
How much is that one?
£3,200.
For that?
Yeah. This comes separately.
No,
you're lying.
I'm not kidding.
How much is that?
1,300.
What for that? Where are they getting these prices from?
No, it's for that.
Oh, okay, that's £1,000.
£1,300.
Mansory kick plate.
4,400.
You know, when I was working 9 to 5, I would have to work like over 2 months to buy a kick plate. 2 whole months of working my old job to buy a kick plate for a Rolls Royce. That's disgusting.
Just this little bit.
Just that bit.
Just the top bit.
Yeah.
2,900.
The parts were extortionate. But to keep this car as a Mansory car and to hold its value, we need to replace it with the Mansory bits. This is going to be so painful. And I guess if you all want to follow this journey, now's the right time to hit the subscribe button below the video. Mansory floor mats. €3,200.
Each?
€3,200. I'd rather make floor mats out of money.
You can have that one, look.
The parts list was like a designer clothes shop or a jewellery shop. To me, they just didn't make sense. But that's the whole point of a Mansory Rolls Royce. It doesn't make sense. But it'll be a pretty cool car if we can pull it off. Right. I want to take this out, the arch line out, just to see the extent of the damage behind it, because we've only seen the surface of it, haven't we? Oh yeah.
Oh my.
God.
Oh my, it gets worse.
Oh my god, there's a gaping hole.
Look at that.
On the plus side, I think it looks better than the M3 we just did. If this went as far as the insurance, it's 100% a category B. Again, because Rolls-Royce will say, we don't fix it, we're not going to fix it, we don't want anyone else to fix it, especially people like me. But we're doing this. And I think if we manage to pull this off, it will be an unreal build. And genuinely, I think...
We need Jack.
Yeah. I have been shopping when I first got this car, because what we've seen is this says BMW Group, but if you put the part number in, it doesn't come up with anything, because I think they put Rolls-Royce part numbers on it to stop you from doing this. But check this out. Inside this is an experiment. On eBay, this was £350 for the complete rear subframe, wheel hub, suspension arms and everything like that. We took a gamble on it, thinking it would be the same. This rear subframe has come off a BMW 6 Series, if I'm right. This is going to be option number 1 on rebuilding it. We'll find a lot of BMW parts and cross-reference it. I do have another option, but we'll get onto that. Now I want to see whether this rear subframe and all the arms are the same as this Rolls-Royce. The way it bolts up looks all the same. That rear arm looks like that, doesn't it? I think it's the same but different. There are a few things which were exactly the same, like these drop links and lower arms, but a few things which had a bit more strength on the Rolls-Royce parts. But we could be onto something here.
So is this a success or a fail?
I think we've failed successfully because it's close.
But no cigar.
No, I think it would fit.
I think it will fit.
It'd fit, but you've got to put the strength. There's more strength on that than there is on this.
Yeah, there's a few different things which have changed. So I think this is going to be a whole challenge throughout the whole build. Now, option 2. One of the most craziest options, but I think it could work. Instead of buying parts from the main dealer or trying to buy second-hand parts, which is going to take us a long time to rebuild this, check this out. On screen now are the older generation non-Mansory Rolls-Royce Wraiths, which devalue like mental. They do. The pre-facelift is now going for, well, under £100,000, which is still expensive for a car, no doubt, but it's a lot better than £500,000. This is the older model. The only difference between the older model and the newer model is the facelifted headlights and bumpers, I believe. I could be wrong though. Would it not be worth it for me to buy the cheapest one in the country, around £90,000 to £94,000? We use that as a parts car to build that up. We will still have to buy the Mansory parts, and that will allow us to buy that and still be in profit.
Has Hannah said this is okay to do?
We're not telling Hannah.
Right, okay.
Now, ideally, if we could find a crashed older model to buy, it would be a lot cheaper and we could use it for parts. And we wouldn't have to take a good car off the road. But the good thing about buying one which runs and drives from a garage is that we have the option to finance it or take a loan out to buy it. We effectively could pay monthly for a car that we're using for parts, then sell any parts that we don't use, and when the Mansory Rolls-Royce is done, there'll be enough profit in it to pay off the parts car. We will still have the engine and the gearbox left over, which could amount to £20,000 or £30,000. We'll still have an interior left over, which could be £5,000 to £10,000. So we could slowly make our money back, but we will be taking a good Rolls Royce off the road. What do we think? This is it. This is all we have left. At least we've got under trays. But one thing I never knew is that it's carbon fibre. Like all the parts of the car is made out of carbon fibre, and it's still 2.5 tonne. One of the ideas that we wanted to do to make a good situation out of a bad one, and we really don't want Rashford to start coming for us because we bought his car for some reason. We thought this would be a brilliant idea for us and you guys as well. We are going to sign this, and with some merchandise as well, we're going to add to it. This is Marcus Rashford's old wing off the Rolls-Royce Wraith. I don't know, it's the only one ever, isn't it? It's the only one that's ever been made with the Mansory, broken as well. And you guys could have this just for £1. £1 an entry on high-speed competitions. The link's in the description box below. And all of the proceeds that we make from this will be going to Fair Share Charity, which is who Rashford works with as well. So we're making a positive situation out of a bad one. I think everyone will be happy with that as well, including Rashford. If we could get Rashford to sign it, would be good. But Rashford, if you're watching, if you can add a signature to this, it'd be even better. Thanks so much for watching this video. Let me know what we should do. This is the biggest build so far. If you enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Centre caps, €129 each.
That's not bad.
Well, since when have we upped our standard now of a centre cap being €129?
Like a drug that I just can't deny, giving me the best time.
I then thought it was going to be a little easier if we just get the saw out and cut the panel into 2 pieces. Then I could break away the bottom part, but the top part was still a struggle to get away. Out came the wire brush to get away some of the seam sealer, which revealed rivets. All of these bigger circles here are rivets, where it's riveting an aluminium panel to a steel one. So it looks like I'm gonna have to drill some of these out, which is pretty easy because the rivets are really soft aluminium. I'm then gonna use some heat, which should soften the panel bond, connecting the steel panel to the aluminium panel, and then go at it and try and wiggle the steel panel away. And it's off. Okay, I've been body shopping. Good news and bad news. Good news is that I've managed to keep this all intact and we can reuse it, and it's still got the nice OEM paint and all the original fitments. Bad news is I need rivets. Now you see this part here is steel, and when that slots in behind here, all of this is aluminium. Can't weld steel to aluminium, so instead they use panel bond and then they use rivets in there. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10 rivets, I think. I think I need 10 rivets. And the rivets are exactly the same as the BMW ones. If we order them from Rolls-Royce, 1, they're more expensive, and 2, they take longer to come. So I've ordered them from BMW, and they should be here today, which means we can start refitting the new one into there, and that should be a pretty fast job. We just need to get this paint. I think that's where we're going to struggle.
Rivets.
They've come already! Yeah. Way! How much are they? How much?
£13 for 10.
What?
£13 for 10, that's good. Now we can continue building that front up. Body shop. So I'm hoping to leave this panel in place, and now that the rivets have arrived from BMW, I've started to clean away the parts where we're going to be welding and drilling holes in the new parts we got from Rolls. These are holes for the rivets. These are holes which we're going to use to plug weld one of the panels to the other panel. Hopefully that makes sense. Anywhere where we're welding, we're going to make sure it's nice and clean from paint. Weld through primer so it doesn't rust from the inside out, guys. Of course, the weld through primer comes out, and then Freddie flew over to make sure I was using the right PPE. That's what good friends are for.
Don't we need PPE?
No.
No.
The weld through primer doesn't stop there. We've got to make sure that we put it on the chassis leg as well. Okay. This part is going onto the aluminium, or as Freddie's here, aluminum. We're gonna, because it's going onto that, we're gonna have to put panel bond on it as well. So, look at that. Boom. Do you know what? This is the point of no return. Once this is on, it's on now. So on goes the panel bond in kind of messy fashion, but we got the all clear from Fredda. Once we got that on, we made sure it covered most of the panel where it's going to be joining to the aluminium part using the brush, and then we can slide it into place. Clamping it down with the mold grips and making sure all the holes line up with the ones that we've drilled. I'm now knocking the aluminium part so it's snug against the steel part. Then it's time for the rivet gun to come out.
Isn't powerful enough.
Oh yeah, that's well good. There's plenty of rivets to put in.
That's so easy, I could do it.
Go on then.
What, you want me to do?
Go on then, go on then. Cameraman reckons he could do it. Yeah.
Right. Maybe it's not that easy.
Boom. And that should be all the rivets in place. They're not the same rivets used in the factory, but these are the exact rivets Rolls or BMW use to repair panels. which I think actually are stronger. Come here, come here, come here.
Sounded good.
Oh!
Can I just FaceTime Jack right now?
Dude, that's good. That's good.
Right, that's it. Mic drop and I'm out. So now I'm going to be plug welding the new panel onto the old panel. And as we did a lot of this on the BMW M3, I'm starting to get a lot better at it. It's good that we've kept this top panel in place because I can be pretty confident that everything stayed in the right place when we're welding the new one on. I've then just got to spend the rest of my day welding up all of these panels. And it's looking pretty good. Once I've done all the plug welds, we've then got to start cleaning them up. Just sanding down the top of the weld to make sure it's nice and smooth and flat. Almost like OEM. Well, as OEM as I can make it look. After that, we're going to mask up the area because we don't want to get any paint on the engine or anything around the engine. Get out the etch primer, which is used for the bare metal. This should prevent the welds from rusting in the future. And once I've primed the area, I can start using the seam sealer. This is applied between two panels to seal the gap, to stop any water or dirt getting in between the two. And I'm trying to make it look as OEM as possible. But the key here is just to make it do its job. Yeah, it looks alright to be fair. Looks good. Decent. Yeah, I think that once that's got a bit of paint on, OEM. There's also some sealing to do at the bottom. I'm just putting this sealant anywhere it was before I took the panels off. And once the sealant is dry, I'm going to run around it with the paint that I got mixed at the body shop, which is a pretty good match. And finally, wax oil. This is going to be sprayed inside the panels to stop it from rusting from the inside out. I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing with that. Like, that is the first thing I've done with, like, not any other help.
I think you've done a good job, to be honest.
Thanks, Matt.
That looks so, yeah.
Look, that's not...
Just don't look too close,
like,
it's alright,
that's
innit?
just like it's close, but the thing is, it's covered up by a wing. But the job's done, it's sealed up, it's painted. I'm well happy with that. And the only thing as well, it's only up from here. Imagine in 5 years' time my repairs. If that is year one.
Okay.
Now, we need to pay our attention to the rear quarter. Originally, I was looking at replacing this. And we know some parts will need to be replaced, like this structural part at the back here. But we think the rear quarter may be savable. And we're about to find out. If we're going to have to replace it, it's one, ridiculously expensive. We know it's around £10,000. If these guys can get this quarter looking flat, it's going to save a lot of money, a lot of time as well. And then we've just got to do the structural stuff in there. Let's do it. So the guys have come down from Allied Automotive where I get my cars painted, and they're going to see if they can work their magic on the rear quarter. But before they get to it, they've got to put on a boot which lines up straight with the panels, and at the minute, the original one doesn't. So off comes this boot, then they've got the boot off Sue to install next. I'm going to tighten this up and see if it all lines up. But it didn't.
Okay.
As we suspected, really.
That's why we got this.
And it's quite odd actually, because it doesn't look bent to look at it, does it? It seems that one of the hinges has bent as well, which is not surprising. It's took a pretty big hit. So we're going to remove that hinge and then install one of the hinges off Sue, our parts car. And hopefully now, once we install this, we should get it all aligned. And this is really going to help when they're trying to repair that rear quarter. Back on goes the boot, and there's actually shims between the boot and the hinge, which I was shocked to see on a Rolls Royce. But once they've got them in place and the bolts in, we can lower it down and see now if it lines up.
Instantly fits so much better than the bent hinge. Bit of alignment to do. I think we'll be good.
So this thing is a... What did you call this tool again? A profile tool. And what the lads did, they put it on there and they get like the exact profile of the car. Well, he said not exact, didn't he? He said ish. And then they go on the other side and try and get it close to as possible and see how far out it is ish.
That way I want. That should be like that. Yeah, it's not horrendous, is it? No.
This is what the good side looks like, and the bad side, well, it's far from it. But the guys are going to see if they can do any bending, pushing and pulling now to see if we can get it somewhere near, and then we can make a decision on whether we think this rear quarter is repairable. This rear quarter is made out of steel, so it's a little bit easier to manipulate than something like an aluminium rear quarter. They're putting the tool in the boot now and started to push out all the damage in there, and you can see how much it's moving here. Slowly starting to get somewhere. Verdict is, rear quarter's fixable. This part underneath, not fixable. But we can get that from Rolls-Royce. I can't remember the price on that specific part, but we buy that structural part underneath, drill it all off, replace that, and with that off, this should be able to get this rear quarter back into shape and match it up.
This is supposed to have one line in it. It's got like 3. That's going to be
it
crazy.
It looks better like that. I think it looks better.
It's the Matt Armstrong edition.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You can't look at both sides at once. Knowing that the rear quarter is now savable, I've moved back onto the front and I can start putting back together all the parts I took off before fitting that structural part. Look at this. Look, come over here, come over here. Bolts line up, yeah? Yeah. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Bolts line up.
Good work.
Thanks. Thank you. Professional. Right, let's bolt it all together, let's carry on. Maybe I should stick to fixing, not driving.
Yeah, 100%. You ran out of talent there, didn't you?
So it's good news that the strut braces lined up to the original positions. The plan is to start building up everything on the front of the car now, so we can start to add the front grille, the bumper, and all of the other stuff on there. And so far, so good. Thanks to Rashford's team, we've got the grille and we've noticed something inside the grille as well. Look at that. LED strip which lights this up. I don't know what that's going to look like. The one thing that is different off suit to this is that you've got some kind of like sensor. I think it's for the adaptive cruise control or something. But that's got to go in the back of the grille, right here. This sensor is for the adaptive cruise control, and I kind of like the way Rolls-Royce sort of hide it away in the grille. Once I've bolted it in, just sits in the top right hand corner of it. Unlike BMWs where they're just plastered right in the centre of the grille and look pretty ugly. All I've got to do now is bolt it to the car. This is on. Looks like it's really far in front, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess it has that surround on it, doesn't it? And it's to make room for...
Oh, and then the Spirit of Ecstasy goes in there. But I want to see if these lights work. It looks like there's more, look. I reckon there's more. Oh, it's going to be in the lower part of the grille as well, isn't there? Can we see if these work? I'm going to press the button.
Big reveal.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? That looks sick.
Are they on?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, that's 5.
Whoa, that's actually sick.
Yeah, with that
blue paint. I didn't think I was going to like it, but look, when you see the blue, you can see the blue tint as you go round. No, that is actually wicked. Well done, Rashford.
How much do you think that was from Mansouri?
We seen, didn't we? I swear it was like £5 grand.
It was worth it, to be fair.
You look at that. It's the little extra things Mansouri do to make their cars stand out. And it is pretty cool, even though it is a little expensive. Okay, here's the Spirit of Ecstasy. And also, Rashford's team gave us this as well, which is the cap, which goes, look at that, forged carbon fibre to cover up when it's at the top. So, okay. Not only have I got to fit this Spirit of Ecstasy, I've also got to make sure it's in the right position and lined up with the grille surround. Otherwise, when she comes out, she could hit it. Next up, the Mansouri forged carbon fibre front grille, which does have a very, very small nick in it here. That'll polish up. The hardest thing about this is that we've got to get the grille on and then line up the Spirit of Ecstasy so she don't hit her head on the way out. Oh, there we are. That is in, but this, like, carbon is really rigid, and as soon as you push that in, it's clipped. It starts trying to come out, but what we noticed there was a bit of Tiger Seal on the back of the clip. So I think to permanently fit it, what they've done is put Tiger Seal on the back of the little trim bits here, which you can see, these little bits here. Put Tiger Seal on there. When it's wet, push it in, hold it down like that, and then it will set in and hold it in place a bit better than what it is now. But it's roughly in line, the forged carbon fibre bits there. Here we go. Hey, that's not too bad actually. I think the bonnet's loose. The bonnet is loose. Look at that, it's looking better already. Made a mistake. This actually clips in to the bumper, so this has got to go on afterwards. So I'm gonna... But before we put the bumper on, the headlight's got to go in. Rashford's team sorted us out with the headlight, which was good. I think we forgot to show this on the day that we got there, but we've had to... Well, my dad repaired some of the tabs.
Look at that one.
So, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was either that or another £3,500 for a headlight. So I think we don't even know if this works.
Let's hope it does.
But as we started fitting the headlight, we noticed something was wrong. Oh no. So they did change something.
Oh, that's good of them. I'm glad they did that.
So it looks like something is different. It's just that bottom bracket.
That bracket there is fixed
Oh,
on this,
it's
but
welded.
it's welded on. They screw it on this. Don't
It looks like there was a difference between the headlight bracket on Sue and the headlight bracket on the Mansouri rolls. We measured the length of the one which come off Sue, and the one which come off the Mansouri one was a lot shorter to obviously fit the facelifted headlights. This is the part of Sue, and this is the part of Margaret. You can see it's pretty much identical. So it must just be this bit coming off it, which is a bolt-on bit on Margaret, whereas this is all welded on Sue. So that must be like, look, that's all welded on there, but this one can bolt off. So I'm going to put this one on, and then my dad's doing a bit of bending over there, and we can go back and see how we can get on. So back on goes the original piece which was on the car in the first place, and then was going to have to try and bend back the headlight bracket which was bent in the accident. Round 2. We've got this back into place, a little bit of bending, twisting and manipulating back in. We've left it quite loose so we can move it around, and now we're going to go for attempt 2 to put the headlight in. Here we go. Second time looker. Oh, we don't have that bracket on yet. Attempt 3. Big moment. Headlights on. We want to see if Rashford scammed us with a bad headlight. Oh! Okay.
That's the side light.
Yeah, side light's on. Grab headlight. He didn't scam us. Now, we've got to put on this bumper, but on the bumper, this is absolutely crazy. Like, you know, there's stuff which, there's all lighting and stuff, and like, we're trying to work out what's aftermarket and what is actual Rolls Royce, but I think we are missing a few bits of it. See all these little boxes here? These boxes, I'm pretty sure these are like Mansouri stuff, and there's going to be extra lighting and LEDs all over this, but look at the amount of plugs. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 plugs for a front bumper, and all it's got in it is 2 indicators and 2 daytime running lights. First step is to find out where all those plugs went and plug them in. Second step, line up the bumper. Now there is a little bit of damage to this front bumper, but it seems to have got away pretty lightly, being that the accident was so bad. But all of this damage will be repaired once we get the car painted.
It does look good.
It looks like way more like... Whoa.
It looks a lot better than the stock bumper as well, actually.
You can see why. I feel like Margaret ain't an appropriate name for her with that bumper on.
Maggie.
No. I feel like it needs to be... What's like a gladiator name beginning with M?
Mary.
More electrical plugs to plug in, and then it's back on with the forged carbon fibre grille surround. This front end would have cost Rashford over £30,000.
Big moment. That looks good, doesn't it?
Looks wicked, doesn't it?
What a car.
Look at her.
Can't we see if Margaret comes out the front?
Should we see if it comes out?
Yeah.
We're about to see if Margaret comes out.
Right. Here we go.
I'm going to come out or break the grill.
Here we go.
Yeah! Oh! Yeah, sort of. It's out. It's like.
Well, what's up with that?
Just
It
needs
doesn't.
a bit.
There we go! Hey!
Wow.
That's
The
perfect.
wipers have come on as well. Yeah, look at Margaret chilling there. Oh, look!
Yeah, it's the same.
Lights are on the bottom. Yeah. I don't know why the wipers have come on. See if she goes back down, okay?
Oh, what? Oh, oh no, no, stop. What?
Where's that coming from?
Yeah. Oh, that was good. Yeah, that worked.
Catched on there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not perfect.
It just needs going back a bit, back into the.
She's got character though, because you get out. Inside here is one for the grill lights, and inside here is one for the daytime running lights. So if I click both of them, this is just like an extra flex if you've got a Mansouri rolls. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. How can you not see you coming now? All of these lights are on at the bottom. There's like daytime running lights here, daytime running lights here, and then there's just every light imaginable underneath. Oh my days. It's Mansouri, isn't it? It's just meant to be absolutely wild. Next step, let's get this door on so then the guys can sort the rear quarter out, and also we'll do the airbags. But to get the door on, we've got to move it off the ramp. To get it off the ramp, we want brakes. Now, Matt went to Rolls-Royce and got a bit of an insight on how we can do the brakes without using the diagnostic tool. Now, even though in the last video we got the car running, we couldn't get a brake pedal. We bled the brakes multiple times to try and get all air out of the brake system, but no matter how many times we did it, we still had a soft, spongy pedal.
Yeah.
Now, when you push a brake pedal in a car, it pushes a piston inside the master cylinder, which then pushes hydraulic fluid along the brake lines, down into the brake caliper, which then pushes a piston, which pushes the brake pads onto the brake disc. Problem is, if there's any air in that system, then the brakes become spongy. Best way to picture it is that you can squish a football with air in it. But if you try and squish a cylinder full of hydraulic fluid, it won't squish. It is rock solid, and that's how we want our brakes to feel. Now, because the Rolls-Royce braking system is so complex, it has an ABS system stored underneath the car which we think is collecting the air. And usually to bleed the brakes on a Rolls-Royce, you'd have to have a special computer which will self-bleed the brakes. But when Matt went to Rolls-Royce to pick up parts, they told us a secret way to get past it.
You want a brake bleeder that will generate a minimum of 2 bar pressure.
Right, okay. So Mr. Push isn't good enough, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Mr. Push might be a bit weak on that.
Right.
And then if you can, a diagnostic machine that will run a bleed sequence, so it buzzes the valves inside the ECU unit.
So it might have to come here, is what you're telling us?
Possibly, but if you've got a pressure bleeder that do 2 bar, then if you do it enough times, you should be able to get it through.
Okay.
So now we need at least 2 bar of pressure on Mr. Push. My dad's put 3.5 bar of pressure in this tyre here. It is rock hard. That tyre is rock hard.
So could we just blow all the pipes off the box?
yeah. So now I think we're going to use Mr. Push off this tyre with 3.5 bar of pressure and push all through the brake system.
What could possibly go wrong?
Brake fluid all over the car. So we've got to remove the reservoir cap, and then we're going to fit Mr. Push to that cap, which is full of brake fluid, then attach Mr. Push to a tyre with 3.5 bar in it. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of pressure now. A lot of pressure from this pushed into Mr. Push, which is pushing it into the brake system.
Okay, that's on.
Now we've got to hope we have enough pressure to bypass doing it electronically. Right, any air going to come out? There's a bit of a bubble. I think we did. Me and Matt did this multiple times.
And it didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work.
So why are we doing it again?
This car's still under warranty. So worst case, if we fix it, take it back to Rolls-Royce and say the brake pedal's gone, they might fix it under warranty. Yeah, that's a good theory.
You
They
can
wouldn't.
always dream.
They would never actually know that it's been an accident either, because like even if they did, well, if they did check it out on Car Vertical, they'd actually see the photos of the damage, which kind of self-snitch, but hopefully they don't use Car Vertical. But you can see on the report, it's a completely clean title car, no outstanding finance, no mileage fraud, and it's never been involved in an accident because the insurance did a full madness on it, and you can see one of that in the previous episodes, how it's not got an insurance category on. So even after that history, the car should hold a lot of value because it's still low mileage and still under warranty. Nowhere coming out of that, still no success. Another thing that's cool about Car Vertical is that you can see a full timeline of your car. Every time an ownership's been changed or a private reg has been put on it, and you can also see whether it's recorded as stolen as well. And all you've got to do is click the link in the description and use code MAT for 20% off that check as well. It's well worth it if you're thinking about buying a new car or checking your own car out. Let's get these brakes bled, hopefully, fingers crossed.
It's absolutely nothing, look, it's perfect.
We're failing.
There it comes.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit.
See it coming out there?
Yeah, but you think it'd be like
There's
a
a lot.
massive big bubble. Oh! Whoa! Whoa, it's all coming out! It's all coming out! Look at it! It looks like we're actually starting to push out the air that was in the brake system. So my dad's gone round to bleed up each corner just to make sure, and then we're going to test the pedal one more time. Okay. Oh!
Yeah?
Yeah! Yeah, go on! Yeah, look at that!
Go on.
Solid look!
Solid.
Yeah!
Yeah, solid.
Yeah, Mr. Bush! It worked. Who would have thought Rolls Royce would have been right? Look at that, solid brake pedal. So we just, everyone knows that you don't need a diagnostic tool to do it. You just need 3.5 bar of pressure. Go straight through it. Yeah, got decent pedal there. Great news.
You've seen your tub? It's all swollen at the bottom. It don't stand up anymore.
Okay, wheels on. Let's get this forward and we'll do the airbags inside. Now we compare our attentions to the curtain airbag which is deployed and the airbag in the seat. To take out the curtain airbag, first we've got to remove the A-pillar trim. This is held in with clips and also 2 tethers as well, to stop it from flying in your face when the airbag blows. Once that's out, the curtain airbag is connected to the car with loads of T30 bolts, and there's a lot of them. This airbag deploys with a lot of pressure, and the last thing you want when it deploys is it completely detaching from the car. Then it wouldn't do its job. Yes! Yes! We're out. One airbag out. Luckily, we've got the one from Sue, our parts car, to put in place of it, and it is exactly the same. This has definitely saved us a lot of money, and some manufacturers won't even sell airbags to the public. You have to be a registered repairer to buy them, so it's definitely a good idea getting Sue. And that's one curtain airbag installed. Okay, seat airbag. Now we think, unlike some airbags where they damage the actual fabric of the seat, I think you can still just unbolt this, put a new airbag in, and then save this part of the trim. We're hoping so anyway, because it's Mansoris. So I think just the backing comes off of the seat.
Oh, that was a good yank.
Lovely yanking. Clip that. Here's the back. Oh, that's pretty cool. Look, you can see the Mansory belt just chilling around the back, and all the other gubbins which are BMW. First I've got to remove the lever which covers over the airbag, which is held in with 2 T30s. And it then uses like a series of clips to hold it in place, which I'm using my flathead to get out.
Right.
Question is this broken? We don't know yet. After that, the airbag's just held in by 2 10mm bolts, and it comes out as easy as that. One airbag out. And in goes the second-hand airbag that we got from Sue's seat. Okay, I think this is it. And that, I think we just put it straight back in. In we go. Plug that in. Do you think it's glued or do you think it just clips in?
Does it not just clip in like before?
Yeah, I think it might just clip round the back, you know. We've checked Sue and nothing is actually damaged on this, so it must literally clip in right behind the back. We've just got to get this in, so more hours of trying, I think. Let's keep going. Once I've got it clipped in at the front, I've got to slide it back into the clips at the back of the seat. This was a really fiddly job, but you want to make sure you do it right. Oh, let's get the back on. Airbag in. I can now connect up the electrical connections to the switch on the back of the seat and then push the clips all back in so the seat becomes one again. There we go. Hopefully we don't have any faults in the seat belts, but they haven't locked out. Okay. Next up, it's the door. This is the one that we've took off Sue and it's extremely heavy. We've got to line it up with the hinges and then there's one big bolt at the top hinge and then another bolt on the bottom hinge we've got to slide in. Good. All tightened up, then the electrical connector goes in place.
Perfect, I'd say.
Oh! Look at that! Oh, look at the colour!
Looks like the in-betweeners car.
Yeah, it does. And this bit's chrome as well. Now we're going to pull the rolls outside so we can get a nice inspection on its new look and maybe take it for a little spin now that we have brakes.
I've got no brakes. I thought we were going to crash.
I don't think the brakes are done properly. I lost all brakes. I've completely lost it.
So they're not fixed?
I reckon once the ABS kicked in, it must have pumped a load of air out. Well, it's a good job we didn't go on the road. All OEM.
Yeah, that's a word you can use. Yeah. I can see that.
Can't believe Tony crashed your car.
Like a drug that I just can't deny, giving me the best time.
Hope I've made the right decision because we've already started stripping it apart. And now Sue looks like this. She's looking very sorry for herself, but I still feel okay about this because I think we're doing the right thing. We've got the front subframe off, the rear subframe off. You probably would have seen us do that in the second channel. Now we've got to work out what parts are good off Rashford's old Rolls Royce and what parts are good off Sue. And then we're going to switch and swap the two because this has done 50,000 miles and Rashford's one's only done 1,000. So we want to save as much as we can off that. Let's get these cleaned up. Now the good news is, the parts of this Rolls Royce do look the same as Rashford's one, even though it is an older model. It looks like the only thing they've changed on the facelift is the headlights and the front bumper at the minute. But we also want to avoid using the older parts as much as possible. All the stuff that we're going to be replacing on this, onto the Rashford car, do you know, because the Rashford car isn't categorised, still under warranty. So if anything goes wrong on this, still under warranty. Not that we would ever do that, Rolls Royce, not that we would ever do that, but if anything does go wrong, we could potentially take it back. Now that would be pretty cheeky, and we just gotta hope that they don't watch the videos. But it's unlikely that we'd need to take any of this back under warranty, because most of the parts we're using are just aluminium parts. Nothing really electronical. But now both of the subframes are all cleaned up, and we can go and work out what we're gonna keep and what we're gonna replace. One thing that we are gonna be changing off this side is the suspension. Normally, on a regular car, you'd have a spring and a damper, but on this Rolls, because it is so flaming heavy, but also you're meant to feel like you're on a boat and it's meant to be really cushioning and soft, and that's why they have air suspension. I think this is going to be perished. So from Rolls Royce is going to be extortionate. Sue is going to be sacrificed for that one. That is a bit of kit in it. I think it's bent. I think it might be a bit bent.
Darren bent.
We then got to work with taking off the stuff we didn't want on the Sue Rolls Royce, like the steering rack and the right side suspension, to make a bare front subframe ready to go on the Mansory Rolls Royce. Another thing that we found broken in the last video was the engine mount. So the engine mount normally sits up here, and this is literally the only thing that the engine is mounted to on the subframe. And look at this, this is all broken cast aluminium. We don't actually know whether this is done by the accident or this has just actually happened. But another thing, it's oil filled and it's leaking oil out everywhere. So that's another thing that we're going to change, because that is fully broken. And do I trust the other side? Absolutely not. It's actually the engine mount bracket that's broke. I've unbolted it here with the 4 bolts holding it on, and I'm going to replace the engine mount bracket along with the oil-filled engine mount of the old rolls to put on the Mansory one. And being that the driver's side cast aluminium broke, I'm also going to be replacing the passenger side one as well. Now moving back to the subframe, we're replacing all of the hydraulic lines, making sure we maximise all of those parts which have only done 1,000 miles. Okay, we should now be able to lower the car down and marry the subframe up with the car and get the bolts in. Then we can concentrate on getting all the rest bolted up. Let's do it. Down comes the Rolls Royce onto the second-hand subframe. We've got to line the subframe up with the bolt holes, but before we do, there's a few electrical connectors to connect up first. Then we can start putting the bolts in. Once we've got 2 bolts in, we can start to lift the Rolls Royce up.
Staying up.
It's in. Ish. We've made progress. The good thing about that is because the subframe, which is straight, has now gone on to the Rashford car, we can tell that the frame is nice and straight because the subframe bolts up to it. If it was all bent, the subframe wouldn't have bolted up to it. So, one saviour done. It's the back we're a little bit worried about. So far, so good. The last 2 bolts for the subframe to connect it to the front. That goes. But after we put this bolt in, we found more damage. Is that all bent? Oh, this could be bent, you know. Look, this bit. Yeah,
that's really bent.
That's bent, that's not lining up. And then also, look, this is bent here. If you stand back a bit, Matt, that's bent. So this is why we got another car, because all of this would have just added up. It would have just been a fortune. But it's a good job now, we can just go to Soup and get all this. It looks like this lower crash bar's bent and the bar which connects that to the subframe. So we're going to need to replace that. But before we do, I'm going to put in the 3 bolts each side which hold the engine mounts to the subframe. And once I put them in, I can start to put in the anti-roll bar. This is the biggest anti-roll bar I've ever seen, and it has hydraulic fluid going through it. I assume just to stiffen the suspension up because it is so heavy. I've now mounted the anti-roll bar to the subframe. I've just got to connect up all the hydraulic lines to the anti-roll bar and then to this point underneath the car where all of them meet. After that, I've got to make sure I put the bolt in which connects the steering rack to the steering column. Time to lower the car back down, and I can now take off this engine support bar because the engine's just being supported by the subframe now. With that off, I'm over onto the left-hand side of the car, putting on the heat shield, connecting in electrical connections, not forgetting all the plastic guards as well. We need to make this car look as new as it actually is. I've got the second-hand suspension strut off Sue, cleaned it up and put that into place, and then the wheel hub connects up to the top arm. After that, on goes the brake disc, and then the brake caliper. Making sure I remember to connect all the electrical connections, and of course, the brake line. But then I found something a little bit different. I've accidentally put on the disc from Sue onto this, and you can see the brake pad isn't quite all the way on the disc, and you can see the heat shield is sitting higher than the disc. So we think the disc is different, and then when we had a look at the actual Mansory disc, which is, well, it's actually a BMW disc, you can see there, the lip here is a lot shorter than the lip on here. So we're hoping that by just changing the disc it's fine and the wheel hub's not different, but I'm going to switch the discs over and hopefully that'll work. So did Rolls-Royce change the discs on the new facelift model? Guess we're about to find out. Yeah, look at that for a measurement. Look, that's way bigger. So they've upgraded the discs, but That's actually longer, isn't it? So they have upgraded the discs, but now I'm worried that the wheel hub is going to be different as well. So I'm putting on the original disc onto the second-hand wheel hub now. Yeah, that's better. So we've learnt one thing. They upgraded the brake discs on the black badge or the newer model, either one of the two. So if you've got a Rolls Royce at home, at least you know that. So it's good news. The wheel hub seems the same, and the only thing they seem to have changed is the brake disc. Now I can connect up the bolts at the top of the strut, and we've got a few more things we need to replace. This lower part here, which is bent, this lower front crash bar, which is also bent, the horn as well, which is pretty much dead, and also there's supposed to be a lower radiator there as well. Alongside that, these coolant lines are supposed to lead to a coolant bottle which sits behind the wing here. So we're back over on Sue to strip her apart even more. We've got to work away at getting the front end completely stripped apart so we can access the radiators and all the parts we need.
Look at that!
Yay, courage. Sue's a fake black badge because this, on a black badge, all of this is black and this is chrome, and look, someone's painted it and someone's painted it. So they're a big fat phony. Hey! And she disappears underneath, cap goes up. Just so everyone knew. I bet everyone wanted to know that. We're making progress, and a lot of this stuff which is being removed from Sue is still worth a fair bit of money.
Big moment!
Which is good news for us. Off comes the grille, which is now give us access to the rest of the bumper.
Woo! You got it.
Well, I didn't think I'd take a bumper off like that. There we go, Sue bumper. What's the good news?
This isn't bent.
And it looks the same.
And there's a radiator.
There is. It looks the same, yeah, it looks the same. You're all right. And then what about this though? What do you think?
That looks
the same.
Flat, if you ask me.
Does it look the same though? Because it's a different headlight.
Definitely looks the same, other than the fact it's straight.
So what you're saying is Rolls-Royce facelifted the cars and charged their customers 60-70% more than the previous gen model for the sake of 2 headlights and a bumper. Is that what you're saying, Matt?
You said that, not me.
And some discs.
Oh, and some brake discs as well.
Don't you know what I'm doing, Matthew?
I know, but you tell the viewers. Tell the
I am
viewers.
taking this radiator out of Sue.
Sue.
I'm getting it in the box. It's come off the post. Here we go.
Front lower radiator is off. Now we're removing the headlight so we can get to the bracket behind it that we need to replace on the Mansory one. It seems even though Sue does have different headlights and a different front bumper, everything underneath seems to be the same as the facelift one. She doesn't want to go there. I've got the front lower crash bar off and my dad's working away at getting the coolant bottle out. And once he's done that, we're back onto the Mansory one. And we can now take off the broken parts and switch them over for the good ones. Now I'm actually going to find out whether all of these parts are the same. Because if they're not, I'm in some pretty big trouble. First thing I'm changing is that lower crash bar. That is all in and it was the same. The only thing that's different is this radar sensor, which they don't have on the older model. But the funny thing is, this is off the older model and they've still got the hole to put in for the bolt. So it's almost like they knew they were going to put that in. Well done. There's one win. The second win will be the horn, and that is exactly the same, of course. Then we're moving on to this bracket here, which holds the headlight in place and also the wing. And it's looking good. It looks exactly the same and fits in the same way. Now onto this lower radiator, which is part of the charge cooling system, I believe. This radiator actually bolts to the headlight bracket, and sure enough, it all fits up good. Next up, the hoses here, which run to the coolant bottle behind the wing, are broken. So my dad's got to remove them from the Mansory one and go get them from Sue. This is the first time I've ever seen a coolant bottle which sits behind a wing, but maybe they just ran out of space in the engine bay. That big twin turbo V12 certainly takes up a lot of room. Now my dad's put the second-hand hoses in and the second-hand coolant bottle, he's realised that where the coolant hose runs to the filler pipe, the bit on the pipe is actually broken. So he's gone and got the one off Sue, and now he's got to replace this as well. You can see at the bottom of it here, it's just all snapped off.
This is why we got Sue.
Sue. Oh, was a bit quick on that one, wasn't it?
We'd have had to wait to order this.
Yeah, so we would have got to this part here, thought we could build it up.
Yeah.
And then try to order
And
that.
have to wait another 5 days for delivery and all that stuff, and then put that on and found something else.
Yeah.
So everyone's saying, why have you bought a donor car? It's so we can bring videos faster.
And so we can say Sue.
Sue. That's right. Another benefit of having a donor car. If we find parts which are broken, it doesn't cost us any more money and we can get them instantly. That should be everything on the front which should allow us to run the car apart from all the fluids. But the back has got nothing on still. And one thing that we need to put on is a fuel tank. If you remember in the last video, we noticed the fuel tank had took a beating. It had a huge dent in it, a hole, and a lot of the brackets holding it were bent. So this is another thing we need to change.
Hi.
I'm going to start by removing the filler lines on Sue's fuel tank. And then me and my dad can slowly lift it down.
Got it. 1, 2, 3. Down.
Who put that much fuel in it? Is it you?
Yeah.
Now, Matt, I'm going to ask you a question. This tank unit here with the pumping has done 50,000 miles.
Yeah, that's getting deleted. We need to put it in that one.
That one.
Yeah.
Swap it.
Yeah, swap it.
How do you change it, Tony?
That ring locks in to those.
So what tools would Rolls-Royce use?
A hammer and screwdriver.
Oh, no, it worked!
There you go.
Oh my god.
Look at those wires.
That looks like it's a level sensor and everything. Yeah, but normally it's all connected to that. All in favour of voting to keeping the old fuel pump in? Yeah, we definitely changed it. It's brand new, this one.
1,000 miles.
1,000 miles. It's just got a bit dirty going from over there to here. Let's get it in. That fuel pump looked like it was going to break from the moment we set our eyes on it. So we decided not to change it. But I think it'd be pretty rare if a fuel pump were to fail, especially the one in the tank. But hey, who knows? I'm plugging it all in now, and then we can raise the fuel tank up and start to do the tank strap bolts up which hold the tank to the chassis of the car. Then I can go in and connect up the filler hoses and make sure all the clamps are tight. And that is one second-hand fuel tank in. So just like the front, the back strut is also broken, bent, perished. So we're going to replace it off this one and put the Sue one on. I'm not sure that's actually how you properly do it.
There's got to be a better procedure for that.
Now the only thing holding this strut to the car are the top 3 bolts. And we thought they'd just be inside the boot, but they weren't.
Oh. No. I haven't even looked, and just based on your reaction, I know what's going to happen.
Do you know how it gets them top bolts?
Interior out.
Yeah, the inside. Right, in we go. The worst thing is I can't even take out the front seats to do this because we can't open the doors because this car's on the ramp. Right, I've got a plan, Matt. I'm going to have to do this as a team. I'm going to have to start trying to get this out. You're going to have to pass me the tools because I'm not getting in and out with the tools, so
I'm a tool lady?
Yeah.
Oh, you're joking. How do you get them out?
So it looks like to get to the nuts which hold the shock absorber in, we've got to remove the rear parcel shelf. And to remove the rear parcel shelf, it looks like we've got to remove the rear seats. But when you go in the boot, there is literally no nuts and bolts holding the rear seats in. So surely everything must be done from inside the car. T30.
It says 30. This is what it is.
I found one T30 which was holding the bottom part of the seat in, but then I think the whole rear bench was a complete unit.
Oh, secret door.
Oh, secret. That's it, it's these 2 bolts and these 2, and I think we might be out. Now, whilst we're trying to figure it out on the Mansouri one, my dad's trying to figure it out on Sue.
You don't have to take this out.
You don't?
No.
Ah, okay.
You have to take all the back seats out, parcel shelf off.
What?
So, should we shut this?
Yeah.
It seems they figured out the exact same thing that we figured out.
Another secret door.
Everything has to be done from inside. How are we going to get this out? The rear bench was complete, and the only way for us to get it out now is through the windows. It's lucky that the Rolls Royce has pillarless windows. Smashed it! Next stage is, I think these will just hand twist off. This is all for one suspension strut. You imagine the hours labour Rolls Royce charges to change this suspension strut. I feel like this is going to be blocking it.
Well, it's got to take the headliner out as well.
Now it seems that the B pillar trim is blocking the rear parcel shelf coming out. So there's another thing we've got to remove. Funny guy. Oh! Wow. Okay. All this for a strut. I can't believe it. And back over at Sue, there's progress.
Oh yeah, that's it.
And now I've figured out that I've got to remove the rear door card to get this parcel shelf off because that's also blocking it in. This is an insane amount of work just to get to 3 bolts holding the strut on. Hey!
Can you see them?
No.
Oh. What are you celebrating for?
Now, even though I've got the rear parcel shelf off, I still can't access the nuts. They're all under this sound deadening.
Back to the tool chest, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on it. One banged it.
They're right here all along. Finally, I got to them.
Yeah! Strut out, look at that.
And back over at Sue, it seems they were struggling.
You having a good day, Tony?
Great day.
What's the hold up over here?
Hey!
Come.
Yeah. There we go. Needs a bit of a clean up and she can go on. What a job that was. Just for 3 bolts, which could have been the other way up. Why didn't they just make this bigger and then have the bolts facing downwards? Why? They obviously don't want to people working on the cars, do they? Now we have the brand new second-hand suspension strut. Now my dad's going to guide into place on the Mansory rolls and I'm going to put the nuts on the top. And speaking of brand new second-hand, that's a nice t-shirt you can get for yourself with the link in the description. With that strut in, we can turn our attention to the rear subframe. We're going to try and use the original differential because it's only done 1,000 miles and anything original of the Mansory car because it's almost brand new. So me and my dad are taking off the differential of the second-hand subframe and taking the brake discs off along with all the handbrake mechanism as well and replacing it with the Mansory one. It's a good job we took this one apart because look, it's also cast aluminium which is broke again. What's that, bro?
Oh my God.
What, this ain't even the side that was on the accident. Do you reckon old Rashy boy's been doing some handbrake turns?
In the rollie?
Yeah, do you know, to impress the girls?
Right, that's been moved. That's been tried to move with a handbrake on.
Another good reason of why we have a donor car. More unexpected damage to the Mansory one. But now we have the subframe all ready to go back onto the car and we've tried to make it as light as possible to make this job as easy as we can. So we're going to lower the car down, try and get the subframe bolts through the subframe and bolted to the chassis, then add all the rest of the suspension to the subframe once the car's in the air. And so far, our plan seems to be working. Optional extra.
You've upgraded it.
Upgrade. First upgrade done. Good news, subframe is lined up with the original mounting. So we know that we've got a straight subframe and a straight car because they both join together. Bad news for me though is that when you check this car out on Car Vertical, it still shows the photos of it damaged, even though it's a fully clean check with no outstanding finance, no mileage fraud, and no records of being damaged. We explained why that was in the last video. Now I'll explain further, but we've still got the rest of the components to put on this subframe. So let's do that and I'll explain further. Next up is that huge anti-roll bar with the hydraulic lines which go to it. We put the anti-roll bar on the subframe and now I'm connecting up the lines. Again, we've used the roll bar of the original car. Next up is the differential, again of the original car. We've got it on a gearbox stand and we're going to push it into place and then tighten up all the bolts on the subframe, which kind of went to plan. Oh, do you know what I just thought?
That's not going to be able to lift in without...
Take your bolt back out.
Because I put in the diff first, I was unable to put the prop shaft in afterwards, so I've got to loosen the diff back off to get the prop shaft in. Then next up, I can start putting in all the rest of the suspension components, again of the original car on the right hand side because it wasn't damaged.
It's just a technique.
Now, as you guys know, I'm always using Car Vertical to check cars out, mainly because it can uncover so many hidden secrets about the car that a seller might not want to tell you. Remember how we said Rashford's been doing some handbrake turns?
Yeah.
And it snapped that off. I thought that was bolted to it. Took the bolts out. Guess what?
The bit that's broke off.
It's not bolted to it.
No. Got to use Suzu up then, haven't we?
You've got to replace the whole hub.
Not broken.
I can't believe it.
This
Whoever does the casting.
This cast iron thing's not very good, is it?
Yeah, whoever does the cast aluminium on this, that's 2 broken bits that have failed on this rolls. The engine mount cast broke, and this handbrake cast broke. So it looks like we're going to have to change the whole hub just because of this break here. It's making me more and more thankful for Sue, which also has a clean Car Vertical check. And you can check your car out using Car Vertical and get 20% off the check with the link in the description box below and using the code appearing on the screen right now. Thank me later when you find out some hidden history about your car. Carry on with this. Right, the whole rear subframe is in. Now, we didn't expect to use a lot of this side, so hence why it's dirty. So I think we're probably going to get all that ice blasted and cleaned up so it looks nice and clean like the other side. But we are a little bit doubtful of this rear diff now because after we've like kind of spun the wheels, it don't feel very smooth, and we're wondering whether when the drive shaft's been ripped out of it, whether it's damaged it or not. We know there's no oil in it left, so we've got to fill the oil up now, and there's a special way to do that, and I think that's what I'm going to do now. Then we've got more fluids to put in before we can drive this. Did that loosen or break? Oh, it went. Okay. If I'm right, but I am guessing because I don't have any Rolls Royce manual, you literally just fill it until it starts coming out. And we're going to need a syringe for it. Oh, gear oil stinks, smell that.
Ooh.
Rough, innit? Right. Got the diff oil. Then we just inject it in. That's one in. That's what they do at doctors, isn't there? Oh, I think that's coming out now.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely coming out.
Yeah, that's coming out now. Didn't take much. Can't have leaked it all out.
How much do you think they would charge you at Rolls Royce to do a diff service?
That's like a £3 service, that. Boom. With the oil topped up in the diff, it's time to pay attention to more fluid the car needs. I've got a feeling this is similar to the BMW M5, where you can't just bleed the brakes. You can't just bleed the brakes normally because underneath here, inside there, there's like some massive ABS pump thing, and like all the air seems to collect in there. So before we had to use the code reader to bleed the brakes. What I'm going to try and do first is a regular way of doing it, and then if that doesn't work, we'll try the code reader way. First step is to take the cap off the brake reservoir and top the brake fluid up, of course, with Valvoline brake fluid. Being that we're Team Valvoline, once we put the .4 in, it's on to the next step. Easy bleed, aka Mr. Push. Now Mr. Push, as I like to call it, is going to screw onto the brake reservoir, and you can see a pipe coming off that cap into the Mr. Push bottle, and then another pipe coming off that which goes down and connects to the valve on a tyre, and it's going to use the air from that tyre to pressurise the brake system. There we go. Oh look, it's already pushed a load of fluid through. So that's putting pressure through there. Now I believe it goes back left, back right, front left, front right. We just got to crack the nipples off. So air is being pushed from the tyre, down this line here, into Mr. Push's bottle, which is full of .4 brake fluid. And then another line is coming off Mr. Push and into the brake reservoir. All I've got to do now is go around the brake calipers and crack the bleed nipple off. And Mr. Push should push all the air out the brake system. You can see it working on the back right, then the back left, then I go to the front left and the front right, making sure I crack both bleed nipples on the front calipers because there's 2 on each. It's really full. Should we go and test it?
Be nice to us.
This interior needs a right clean.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on. See if we can get a hard pedal. we're going to have to plug it in. Or we just do it. We'll plug it in and then we'll see. I think it's going to be the same as the M5 where we had to plug it in and go through some special procedure, but could be wrong. But yeah, like all brake fluid was coming out every corner. We've seen it, but still air in the system, and I think the air is in that ABS box. So the next step was to plug in my diagnostic tool and see if we can bleed the brakes electronically. I think maintenance, condition-based service. But it looks like my diagnostic tool doesn't have the option to bleed the brakes electronically, unlike what it did when we had the M5. I even tried scanning it as a BMW to see if I could trick it to thinking it was a BMW, and then seeing if it would bleed that way, but it didn't work. So my only option now was just to keep going through and doing a bleed procedure myself over and over again.
Yeah, it's just like...
But it just wouldn't work.
It's like there's no brake pads in it.
It seems there was no air in any of the brake calipers anymore, but I think the air was getting trapped in this ABS pump, and I couldn't think of any other way to try and get it out. The only other option was to try and start the car, then bleed the brakes with it on, but for me to be able to start it, I need to add the coolant in it so it don't overheat. Next up, coolant. Again, not a simple task of just pouring it in. We've got coolant reservoir for the engine there, which actually goes down and goes into this big tank on the side, and then also a coolant tank for the charge cooler system. On the BMW M3, we only had to vacuum fill this side of the coolant, the engine side, and we just poured it into that, and that actually works. So I'm going to go with that theory. Let's vacuum fill that with coolant, then we should be able to run it, then we'll try doing the brakes. Oh, and we've still got that to put in as well, which is power steering, and I think the power steering fluid uses the same fluid for the anti-roll bars as well. I've never heard of it before, but I think it does. So out comes the vacuum filler. We've used this endless amount of times on the channel, and if you don't know what this does by now, I would suggest just subscribing to the channel because we use this on a regular. Also, if you subscribe, it'll keep you up to date on this full build. Anyway, the good news is, it looks like the whole cooling system is holding a vacuum, which means we have no leaks in it. Now we're taking our Valvoline coolant, making sure we get no air in the line, and we're going to connect that up to the vacuum that's been pulled from the cooling system, and now it's going to suck all the coolant into the cooling system, which will make sure we won't get any airlocks. And with no airlocks, it means the car won't overheat. So far, it's looking good. We're then going to take the vacuum filler off and top the rest of the coolant up, and then pour in the coolant to the charge cooling side. This cooling system is just for cooling down the 2 turbos which are on this car, and I don't think this needs to be vacuum filled. Then after that, we just need to add the hydraulic fluid for the steering rack and the anti-roll bars. Right, so we'll start it, see if it runs to temperature, bleed the brakes. Yeah, if it runs to temperature, we'll bleed the brakes. If we can bleed the brakes, we can put the wheels on, and we can roll it out and then start attacking that door. I think we've got a bit of brake pressure, yeah.
So enough to start?
I think so. So is it ignition on? Just needed to top up a bit more of the hydraulic fluid now that it's ran around the system, and then we can check the brakes again. Both sides coolant's good. Should we try and bleed the brakes again?
Okay.
It's really spongy though, isn't it? Like we've got no brake pedal.
Oh my.
Like we've got nothing. I don't know how much difference it would have made bleeding the brakes with the car on, but quite clearly, no difference at all.
Ah, why is it not working?
No.
I might break the pedal.
There's got to be a procedure with the auto. It's got to be. Have you noticed that everything we've done has been really anti-DIY? Like it will stop, but it ain't gonna stop. Like it'll be enough to roll us out. So even though we haven't managed to get the brakes bled properly, I still wanted to attempt to move and drive this car. Being that now we've got the front subframe, the rear subframe, and the differential on, and the new fuel tank, it should technically drive. So I've gone and got the wheels off Sue, and then we can lower the car down and try and move it for the first time since the accident.
Why is the back that high?
The thing is as well, we haven't plugged in any of the rear suspension, so it has no idea what it's doing with the ride height. Time to roll it forward for the first time since the accident.
It's working!
And so far, so good. It's driving, but the back end of the car is so high. Is that going up?
It was a second ago.
This side's gone up. That front's gone up. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Oh look, it's like levelling itself. Yeah,
Oh no, it's slammed at the back now, look.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's doing a wheelie.
Yeah.
It's gone from literally like that to like that. I don't think you're supposed to drive Rolls Royces without that thing plugged in.
No, I don't think so. I also think you're meant to have airbags in. You're also meant to have brakes. And also, what's going to be an issue, if we drive, this is just going to sling open. So, all in favour of taking it off.
Aye.
Now we're going to need to replace this whole passenger door anyway, along with the wing mirror and the glass as well. The only thing that's worth keeping off this door is the door card. So before we take the door off, I'm going to remove the door card first, making sure not to break anything, because I'm pretty sure this Mansouri interior is around £33,000, however outrageous it may be. Now that I've got the door card unclipped, I need to remove all the electrical connections from it, and I can start removing the door from the car now. First step is to disconnect the electronics from the chassis of the car. Then there's the bolt for the check strap, and then one bolt which holds the top hinge, and one bolt which holds the bottom hinge. And we've just about got the door off. And now she's ready for the first drive. It's time for no brakes in a Rolls Royce and one door and a really dirty steering wheel.
It's moving.
It feels massive.
This is the first time you drove a Rolls Royce Wraith.
Yeah, it feels massive.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? You don't know where the rest of the car is. It's out the unit. No, it's actually made it out.
Yeah! Yes! This was it. I was actually driving Rashford's old Rolls Royce for the first time since the accident. What a car! I've got no brakes. Every warning light on the dashboard is a joke. But we're cruising in Rashford's old Rolls Royce. Yeah! Now it does look a mess, I'll agree with you there. But what an achievement so far. To actually get this thing moving. We're one step closer now. Nice. It's good. So it's driving, it's rolling. The first time I've ever driven a Rolls Royce Wraith. I didn't imagine it to be like this, but hey, you can't pick and choose, can you, at all? We need to solve the brake issue. We need to do all the airbags. We need to do the damage on the rear quarter. There's still a lot to do.
Look at all those chickens.
Like a drug that I just can't deny.